Yo, what's up, YouTube? What's happening, guys? Today we're going to be doing a follow-up video of using synthetic urine to pass a drug test. Back in January, I had made a video titled How to Pass a Drug Test, 1000% Guaranteed, No Gross Drinks. And in this particular video, I showed you guys quick and clean fetish urine. I used this one for 2 tests, passed with flying colors. Also for 2 tests, I used Quick Fix, and Quick Fix is probably the more popular, the more well-known brand that you've probably heard of. That one worked for me both times as well. And I will link to Quick Fix down below. You can probably find it at your local head shop. Occasionally you might see it on Amazon, although Amazon tends to remove those listings. But I will link to a site that I've bought Quick Fix from that works great. They ship quickly and everything else. But I got a couple questions. I made this video back in January. It's like April 9th, and I'm just now, I never really came back and checked the comments, but I checked the comments, and there were a number of questions that kept popping up. So I wanted to kind of answer some of the common questions that people ask, kind of following up on this. And I'll kind of take a look through the comments and make sure I didn't forget anything. But one of the questions was, first off, how many uses do you get out of one of these products? So when you go take a drug test, there's normally like a minimum fill line and a max fill line. The minimum line is like really low, like surprisingly low. And I didn't want them to be like, oh, you didn't give us enough and have to go back in and take the bottle out and everything else. So I wound up going a fair bit above the minimum fill line. If you just go to the minimum fill line, you will easily get 2 uses out of this product, potentially even as much as 3. And I realize when people are searching for jobs, maybe you've been out of work for a little while, or at the very least, even if you start a new job, you're probably going to go 2 or 3 weeks without a paycheck. So I get that money can be tight in these situations, and wanting to stretch this. Also, sometimes you might go out for 2 or 3 drug tests and you don't wind up getting any of those jobs. And every time you have to go buy one of these fucking things, it's like another $30. So it is kind of nice. You can get a couple uses out of this. Another question that kept popping up was, can I reuse the bottle? So even after I've used up all the synthetic urine, am I able to reuse this bottle and have my friend who doesn't smoke weed pee in this bottle for me? Yes, the bottle is reusable. There's just kind of it works fine, but there's what I imagine is kind of a cheap, it's like a sticker that goes on the bottle. It's like a temperature gauge. I would imagine over some time, and especially if you're continually microwaving this thing, I would imagine the temperature gauge will maybe stop working as well. It might last forever, who knows. But I wouldn't be surprised if the temp gauge stops working. But yeah, I see no reason why you couldn't reuse this. A couple people asked, how long are these products good for? I believe it's 2 years. I think I threw out the paper that said, I know it was at least like 10 months or a year. I think it may have been as long as 2 years. And normally a lot of these websites, I know Quick Fix's site, I believe if you type in like the barcode on your package, they'll tell you the date that it's good for if your product is still good. And a couple of these companies, if your product is unused, they'll actually let you send it in and swap it out for a good one. For some reason you bought this and didn't wind up taking a drug test. A lot of them will swap it out, a year later if the product is no longer good and you have another drug test you need to take. So let's see, that was a couple of the questions. How many uses can you get out of it? Can you reuse the bottle? Did I pass the test? Yeah, I passed 4 tests using this method. What's the difference between Quick Fix and synthetic urine, as well as some of the other brands out there? It's all pretty much the same. The one thing you want to make sure your product has, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not, make sure this one says it contains uric acid, urea, and biocide. These are like solids or chemicals in your pee that come off your body. The drug testing facilities, they can tell if you're giving them a cup of water or if there's actually like creatine and vitamins and minerals that you've peed out and kind of, things like that. In the past, I guess they didn't really used to test for all this stuff. Now they do. So whatever product you get, again, make sure it has uric acid, urea, and biocide. Quick and clean fetish urine absolutely does have those things. Quick Fix, which again I'll link to down below, they also have this stuff in there as well. I think that's most of the questions that I got. Let's see here. Can we find this in a store? So yeah, pretty much all head shops are going to carry this product. A lot of times they don't carry a ton of it, so you may want to try to plan ahead. I called up one head shop and the guy was like, let me see, and he was like, oh, You know, he's like, no, I think I just sold the last bottle a couple days ago. I went to another head shop. I think they had 2 or 3 of these behind the counter. So they don't necessarily keep a ton in stock, but you should be able to find these at like any head shop, vape shop. Normally it's a little bit cheaper if you buy online. If you buy it, you know, in a physical store, normally you're going to find a little bit of a higher price. But again, on occasion you can find these on Amazon. People are constantly listing them, but Amazon takes them down. So yeah, you can find them in stores. I got to get a job. I'll take this route. I bought the Quick Fix Plus a year ago. I wonder if I can still use it. So we talked about that. Bottle is reusable. How many uses? 2, maybe 3. I would plan on about 2. Did you pass? Yes. Does this work for all lab tests? Yes. So from my understanding, from everything I've read, even, you know, I've watched some videos put out by drug testing facilities meant to crack down on people cheating tests. And even the people who work in the facilities, they say it's really, you know, essentially this is indistinguishable from real pee. The 2 only giveaways are some of these products don't bubble. You know, your pee always kind of bubbles, especially if you shake it. Some of the shittier products won't bubble when they're shaken. It'll just look like water. Quick Fix and Quick and Clean Fetish Urine, they both bubble. If you shake it up, it'll bubble just like real pee. I've seen a couple products where the color of the pee is a little bit off. You know, it might be a little bit too pale yellow or a little bit too neon. I thought Quick Fix and Quick and Clean Fetish Urine both had a realistic color to it. And the only other thing I saw somebody who worked at a drug test facility saying is the only way to truly tell is to smell it. But again, do you think the person making $15 an hour at Quest Diagnostics or wherever you go, you think they're going to be sitting around sniffing piss all day? Like, no, nobody is going to smell your pee. You know, and especially this isn't even, you know, it's not like it's a probation drug test. You're going for a job drug test. So, you know, pretty much guaranteed to work. The only way you could possibly fail a test with this stuff is either if the factory botched the stuff, which Quick Fix and Quick and Clean Fetish Urine both have good reputations. Everybody I've talked to and seen talk about these has passed successfully with these. So unless there were either A, some goof up at the factory, or B, you fail to get the temperature right. I believe pretty much every drug test place requires that the temperature be between 90 degrees and 100 degrees. That's a pretty wide range. I'm not going to go through. I'll link to the original video if you guys want to watch it. But essentially, excuse me. Essentially, pop this stuff in a microwave for 10 to 15 seconds. Pop the heat pack on it, and you're good for the next 8 to 10 hours. So really, really easy to kind of follow the instructions and everything. So that's all I really got for you guys. I wanted to kind of follow up on some of the questions, answer some of the frequently asked questions people had after the initial video. But yeah, if you guys got any other questions, drop a comment, let me know. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, smash that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys on the next one.